Well, here we go then. Hello, everybody. The draw for the fifth round of the Emirates FA Cup starts now, live from BBC New Broadcasting House here in central London. However, we've also just been joined by tens of millions of people right across the world, such is the global interest in the Cup still, and whom can blame them? The old competition delivered, didn't it, once more at the weekend? So before we go any further, let's have a look at a few key numbers for this evening. Ball number 4 is Notts County or Swansea after the League Two side valiantly held their Premier League opponents to a 1-1 draw. Manchester United are number 5. Their cross-city rivals are ball 7. How great, by the way, to see 87 Cup winners Coventry still remain in the competition. They're ball number 8. Ball number 12 is League One leaders Wigan, who've knocked out 2 Premier League teams so far. They're having a great competition. And whatever happens, Newport County have made it to Wembley because of their replay after that incredible draw against Spurs. Those two are ball 14 this evening. So, 16 numbers. 8 ties to be drawn and 2 well-known faces to help me. Robbie Savage, who reached the semi-finals with Blackburn, and Ruud Gullit, who won the Cup in '97 as the Chelsea boss. So the best we could find, I'm afraid, Rob, was a couple of photos of you making the semi-final against Arsenal. But it was a big deal for you that day, wasn't it? Like all of us, you grew up just desperate to play in an FA Cup final. Yeah,
you know, as a kid, you know, the FA Cup final was the only thing on TV. Yeah. So I used to watch it with my father, my whole family, and dreamed of getting to Wembley. You know, in a cup final, it was never to be, Jake, but, you know, to play in the FA Cup, you know, is an amazing thing. To lose a semi-final is so heartbreaking.
Ruud, I'm pleased to say we found not some photos, but some moving images of you actually winning the final back in '97 as the Chelsea boss. And look, we've got used to Chelsea winning competitions and winning trophies, but this was the first thing that the team had won for a long time. It was a big moment.
It was a special moment. Just to reach the final was already something special, but if you win it and then after that, when you have the cup, and to see the expressions on the face of the fans was unbelievable. And it was like a relief also for them that they were part of something new.
You're very modest talking about the fans. Let's talk about it from your perspective, because, as we know, you grew up watching the FA Cup. You were the first foreign manager to win a major trophy in England. It was a big deal for you personally.
Yes, because, you know, it was the first time I got a job as a coach anyway. And then winning immediately something was special for me myself. I didn't ask for the job. They wanted me to do it. And I had no experience. In the beginning, I was player manager, and you can't do that. So after a while, I get used to doing what I had to do. And I was especially proud of the players, and they did a great job.
OK, well, you're back in the FA Cup now. So
yes.
Congratulations. Right, Robbie, are you ready to draw some cracking ties?
Yes, I am, Jake. OK,
here we go then. First of all, we're going to put the balls into the bowl. Just make sure every ball ends up in the bowl, please. That's the first job. Good?
Yep.
Good work. OK, going OK so far. So Ruud will draw the home teams, Robbie will draw the away teams, and this is the draw for the FA Cup 5th round.
6.
And the first team out, Sheffield Wednesday, who last won the Cup back in 1935.
Number 4.
And they are at home to Notts County or Swansea. There are the fans outside shaking hands, all friendly at the moment. That's a big moment there for Notts County, of course, the League Two side who remain in the Cup.
Number 1.
Number 1 is West Bromwich Albion, having a tricky season so far in the Premier League, 19th in the league at the moment. They will be at the Hawthorns against...
Number 10.
Southampton, who beat Watford in the 4th round. Some cheers outside for them.
Number 15.
Your team, it had to happen, didn't it? Last year's finalists, Chelsea, drawn by Ruud Gullit. Right, Chelsea are at home. Who are they against, Rob?
Tell me.
Number 13.
And Chelsea are at home to Hull of the Championship. So Chelsea against Hull. I think you're happy with that, Ruud, right?
Yes, I am.
I thought so.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Leicester, who won 5-1 against Peterborough at the weekend. A great performance for them.
Number 16.
And they will play Sheffield United, who are having a strong championship season. So Leicester against Sheffield United. Some big names left in.
Number 3.
Number 3, Huddersfield Town or Birmingham. That one goes to a replay.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Manchester United, the 12 times winners. So Huddersfield will play Birmingham in a replay, the winner of that at home to Manchester United. Good one, Rob.
Number 9.
Number 9 is Millwall or Rochdale of League One.
Number 14.
And they're at home to Newport County, the League Two side who did so well against Tottenham. That one's going to a replay. So that's 4 teams with replays before we know who plays who in that one.
Number 11.
Number 11 is Brighton and Hove Albion.
Number 8.
And they're at home to Coventry. So the League Two side, the 1987 winners, are rewarded with that trip down to the South Coast. Good luck to Coventry and their fans, and the same applies to the Brighton fans.
Number 12.
Number 12, Wigan Athletic, the 2013 winners, and you can see who they get.
Number 7.
Manchester City, the Premier League leaders, are the last team out of the hat. That's a great draw for Wigan, so Wigan against Manchester City. And that concludes the draw for the 5th round of the FA Cup. Rob, Rude, thank you both very much indeed. Good work for the two of you. And the ties will be played between the 16th and the 19th of February. And the world has left us now, so we can have a quick chat about those ties. Hey, that's a good draw for you, for your old Chelsea side, isn't it?
Yeah, the thing is
They'll be
that the play at home is important for them, and hopefully they get to the final again, but then win it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple others to pick out as well. Look, Wigan are having such a good time. They've knocked out 2 Premier League sides already, and now they're at home to Manchester City. You never say you fancy yourself against Manchester City, but they will just relish that day, won't they?
And it's the final not so long ago when Wigan won 1-0 in the last minute. So what a tie that is for Wigan.
It could happen. I mean, it's been a brilliant competition so far for the underdogs as well. Thank you both very much for your company. Can't wait to see what happens in those 5th round games. And I think Matt and Alex are outside with some of the fans. Matt, what do they make of it?
Well, mixed, actually. I'm going to start with Rochdale here because I've got the Flood family. There's 8 of them in all, 6 children. So, Lawrence, let's just have a word. I mean, still a bit of uncertainty because you've got Newport or Tottenham yet. So how are you feeling about this?
Oh, very excited. If we can just put Millwall away, we look forward to it, indeed.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing Notts County any harm, but let's hope we get the cockerel next round.
What's the story with the duck?
Oh, he's a lucky duck. He's seen 7 goals away this year in our campaign, and you know, that's most of the more Rochdale supporters seeing in